So you have your top app when it comes to food delivery in your marketplace, whatever app that might be. When I first started doing food delivery, Uber Eats was the top app that I used. They paid me the most dollars per my time. They paid me the best dollars per hour, and they consistently sent me the best orders all the time. When I first started doing food delivery, I turned on Uber Eats first because this is where I made the most money. However, over time, as I continued doing food delivery, Uber Eats has become last place for me now. So I want to talk to you guys today about making sure you're keeping an eye on the apps that you use when you're out here doing food delivery, because you might be trying to focus on an app and using an app primarily, and it might change over time, and it might become to a point that that app is not the best option for you, and you might have to switch it up a little bit. My name is John McFall, and I want to welcome you to the McFallRI channel, where I teach you how to make $25 to $30 an hour doing food delivery. Today I want to talk to you about the fact that when I started doing food delivery, I used Uber Eats exclusively, and I used DoorDash and GrubHub to fill in. And today that's not the case. I don't use Uber Eats primarily, so I kind of want to break it down for you so that you make sure that you're using the best app for you. Uber Eats would send me orders all the time. My phone would ping with Uber Eats orders, and they were great dollars per hour. They were great dollars to time. They were orders that I would pick and use and choose without any second thought, because the orders were so good. And I made the most money using Uber Eats, and it was my cash cow, as I called it. And today that's not really the case. When I go into my marketplace here in Auburn, Uber Eats now rarely sends me orders, and it was a place that's a population of 15,000 people. DoorDash was not there yet. Uber Eats was the only one there, and they would send me orders to pick up food. Then DoorDash moved in October of 2020 to Auburn, and they started sending me orders, and Uber Eats really slowed down in that marketplace. People started using DoorDash. So when I go into Auburn now, when I work there, I look at DoorDash first, because the Uber Eats platform just isn't doing as well there. Take a look at Fort Wayne here then. When I first started in Fort Wayne on Uber Eats, they would send me order after order after order. Before I got done with an order, they would send me another one, and it was really good cash that I was making on Uber Eats. And kind of like in Auburn, over time, Uber Eats started slowing down orders on me, and I wasn't getting the orders like I used to. So kind of want to talk to you guys about this today, because it might happen in your marketplace, whether it's Uber Eats or GrubHub or DoorDash. You might find that over time, the main platform that you use slows down and stops sending you the orders that they used to, and you might not be making quite the money on that platform that you were. When I started realizing that Uber Eats was slowing down on me, I turned to GrubHub and to DoorDash even more, because I knew that I could get the orders that I was looking for to make the money that I wanted to make, and wasn't relying on Uber Eats. When you go into your marketplace, you have to analyze almost on a daily basis what's going on, and keep an eye on the end goal, which is to make the most money. And if you notice that one of your platforms that used to be sending you all kinds of good orders and used to be paying you the most money is slowing down, switch it up and focus on the other apps that you use, so you can keep the money rolling in for you. After Uber Eats slowed down on me, GrubHub started picking up, and it started sending me better and more orders, and it turned into my cash cow. I've noticed as of late that actually DoorDash is starting to send me better orders and helping me make the most money when I'm out here doing food delivery. So I'm really focused on GrubHub and DoorDash right now, and Uber Eats is kind of taking a back seat for me, and there's times when I go out and I won't even turn it on because I know on a particular day at a particular time that Uber Eats just isn't going to send me anything. So over time, when you're looking at these apps, you got to make sure that you're focused on seeing what the apps are doing for you, and if it changes, change your focus and look at the other apps if you notice that the one that you primarily use is slowing down. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that these platforms aren't just food delivery platforms. These are businesses. And when it comes to any type of business, whether it be food delivery or anything else, the businesses change their marketing and they change their strategies. And in each marketplace, they could ramp up their marketing or tone back their marketing, and this could cause the amount of orders coming in on the platforms in your marketplace to slow down. If they ramp up the marketing, it'll speed up and get more orders coming your way. If they stop marketing as much, then it's going to cause those orders to slow down. If you take a look at the marketing that the companies do, you know, GrubHub really ramped up their marketing in my marketplace, and this has caused GrubHub to have more orders coming in. Recently, I've actually seen a lot more marketing and ads for Uber Eats starting up, so maybe they're going to start ramping up the orders that they send me because they're doing more marketing to get more business to come in. But these are businesses, and they have different strategies when it comes to marketing and what they do with getting their name out there. So people will go to and from the different platforms over time, and they'll start ordering more on one and less on another. And then, you know, in 6 months that might change because they've seen advertisements, they got special promotions and special deals to use an app. So it might change what apps are doing in your marketplace. So always keep your eye on that ball and make sure that you are picking the best app to use when you go out, so you make sure that you keep lining your pocketbook with money. I hope I taught you a little bit about what you need to be looking at with the platforms in your marketplaces today. And always remember that these platforms might change in your marketplace on what one is the best one. You've got to go to where the money is on the platforms, especially now that we're getting into the summer slowdown. You need to use the apps that are going to bring you the most dollars to time and dollars to miles so that you can keep yourself where you need to be. So always keep your eye on the platforms and see what they are doing in your marketplace so that you know if you need to adjust what you are doing. Want to remind you that down here in my description I have some great tools for you guys. If you want to know where you are on a consistent basis and see what your averages are, I have my metric spreadsheet down here. This metric spreadsheet will show you your average dollars per hour, dollars to mile, and your average per order. I'm going to throw it up here on the screen real quick so you guys can take a quick look at it. If you look at the left-hand side, you'll see I always put my start time and my end time. This gives me the total time that I've worked. I also put in the miles, and then if you head to the right, you'll see for each individual app, I put the dollars that I made, the time I worked, and the number of deliveries. Head to the bottom and you'll see it calculates out what your average dollar per hour, dollar per mile, and your average per order. Keeping track of your metrics will help you see where you are and see where you need to improve overall. So make sure you head down into my description to go grab a copy of this metric spreadsheet for yourself. I would also like to ask you to like this video and to subscribe to my channel so that you can continue to get the great content that I put out there. Finally, I want to leave you with, I hope that you are out there getting the money that you and your family deserve. And with that, I want to say thanks.